Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Marline Francois-Madden and I am your licensed clinical social worker. And today I want to talk to you about a really important topic. So have you guys seen that meme going around talking about check on your strong friends, check on your strong friends, check on your strong friends? So you see that meme going around, everybody's posting it all over social media, and you ever see people post it and you're looking at it like, but I'm not strong friend and you don't check up on me. So let me talk about this. I'm going to talk about this from the healer perspective as a therapist, and I'll also talk about it if you are that person that is that strong friend. So when you're a strong friend, you're the person that everybody goes to. They reach out to you when they need something because you're always there, because they know that you're going to say yes, you are going to tend to their needs, whether it's for emotional support or financial support, whatever it is that they need. So they know that they can call you any time of the day. They reach out to you, you'll pick up the phone, and you'll be there. But then what if you're going through a tough time, right? And you just feel like, who's reaching out to me, right? So you're having a difficult time, but no one's reaching out to see how you're doing. So you're sitting there, and everyone thinks everything's okay with you because you have that superwoman cape on that you're wearing. And you put on this front that everything's okay, that you're good because you're the one rescuing everyone else. But deep down inside, no one knows what you're really dealing with. Now, I want to talk about this from the healer perspective first, and then I'll go on to my non-therapist. So usually as therapists, you're the one, you're taking care of everyone else, and maybe even within your family and friend circle, people know you as a therapist, so they reach out to you for things. They reach out to you to offer some sort of sympathy for them. You're there to help them out when they're going through tough times. But then people don't realize the burden that you carry because of your work environment and maybe even your personal life. So in that moment, this is where you have to start practicing saying no so you can find some time for yourself. You have to create those boundaries and walls and let people know that right now it's just not the day. And then you have to find some time where you find someone that you can pour into. I know for myself that I've always been that person that's always the go-to person for people, right? People reach out to me, they need something, they need someone to talk to. I was always there. But I had to make a conscious decision at some point in my life and say, I'm not doing that anymore. So I had to make sure that I took a step back, and even when people were going through difficult situations, I had to make sure that I wasn't making myself available to be there as their go-to person, and just letting them know, hey, maybe you need to go talk to a therapist or put them in touch with somebody else, because if I had to constantly be there for people, I would be left empty and dry and overwhelmed. And quite frankly, I can't do that right now, not in the space that I'm in. So I know it's something that therapists struggle with sometimes because you feel like the world is on your shoulder and you're doing so much, but I want you to really start practicing saying no to people and making sure you're taking time out for yourself. Right now, these are for my non-therapists, right? You're one of those girlfriends where everybody reach out to you and they just think that you got it all together, like you're going to be there for them, whatever you need, whatever they need, that they reach out to you, right? Now you're just probably like, okay, who's here for me? Like, who do I talk to? What do I do in these moments, right? So I need you to really just take some time out for yourself. So whether it's one day, you take a time out and it's just for you, and do something just for yourself. What you will recognize when you take that time out for yourself on that day, you'll notice your phone will start going off. People will call you. Your group chats are lit. Everything is happening that day. Your friends are reaching out to you to see if you want to hang out. But if you hang out with your friends, they're just going to be talking about the relationship they just got out of and how much of a burden it is. But like at that moment, you just can't handle that. So I want you to be very firm when you take those times out. When you take that time out for yourself, be very firm with taking that time out just for you and just being where you are. The other thing we have to talk about is being vulnerable. So when you are that strong friend, sometimes you are that strong friend because people come out to you, but then you are also not taking that step to reach out to people, and you're not being vulnerable. So what I'm going to need you to do is find one person, or maybe a few, that you can be vulnerable with, and you can just share like, hey, listen, I'm going through a tough time. This is what I'm dealing with right now. Let them know your feelings. Let them know whether you're mad, you're upset, you're feeling angry, you're feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, you're feeling sad, you're feeling hurt over a situation. Let them know what you're really dealing with in that moment. Don't put up a front, because if you put up a front, people are not going to know what you're dealing with. And let them know that, hey, I know we've been friends, but I feel like every time you come to me, you're telling me about something that's happening with you, but you never check in to see how I'm doing. So I want you to let your friends know and your family members know that you want them to check in and see how you're really doing. So when people ask you, how are you doing? I need you to be honest and tell them how you're really doing. Instead of saying, I'm fine, things are good, life is good. Because you know deep down inside, you're dealing with something. So find that outlet where you can talk to someone about something that's happening. And if you feel like you don't have that trusted friend in your life, then talk to a therapist. Find a therapist, find a mentor, find someone that you feel like, you can really open your heart to and let them know what you're dealing with. So, being that strong friend, like I said, it's a tough space to be in. For some people, they struggle with saying no. So sometimes when you say no, you just feel like, if I say no, then I have this shame and guilt that just overwhelms me. So how do you deal with that? So I want you to explore, where is that shame and guilt coming from? Does it stem from childhood, where you weren't allowed to say no to people, where you weren't allowed to voice how you really felt, where you felt like you were being shut out, where you felt like no one validated your real feelings? So really explore where those feelings are coming from. And if someone reaches out to you to do something and you don't want to say no because you're terrified and you feel like you're getting anxious, I want you to say, I'll get back to you. Because by saying I'll get back to you, it gives you time to really process. Do you really want to do this? Do you really want to take time out of your schedule to do this for the person? And if you decide yes, accept the fact that you said yes. And if you don't want to say yes, then it's okay. But really set out time for yourself. Set out time for self-care, where you can just pour into yourself in that moment. Find a therapist where you can talk to about some of the challenges that you're dealing with being that strong friend, because it's not an easy role when you're in that position and people are reaching out to you constantly. So you have to constantly check in with yourself to make sure that you're in an okay place, because there are seasons in your life where you feel like you have to give to everyone, but I want you to know that you have to take time out to pour into yourself too. And if people can't understand that, just give them grace. You're in that period that hopefully eventually they will understand that you need time for you. So if you are that strong friend, I just want you to know that I feel what you feel. I know what it's like, but I want you to know that it's time for you to take care of you. So I hope that you will come back on my YouTube channel. Please like, share, subscribe, share this with your friends, and I look forward for you guys to hear from me again. Thank you.